Hello, I am Mrs. C. Welcome to my toy room, otherwise known as the Toy-tanic, where I am not only queen of the world, but also captain of this sinking ship. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to take a little peek into the history of the Mattel Toy Company today. But most importantly, we're going to take a look at this doll right here. Mattel's kookiest doll ever made, Saucy. Saucy, do you know her? Do you have her? If you do, I'll wait a minute while you go get her, and then you can tell me all about how much you love her in the comments below. But first, let's dive into a little Mattel toy history lesson. Mattel might be the best known toy company of all time, and I believe part of that is thanks to one little doll. No, it's not Saucy here. It's not. Maybe you've heard of her. Barbara Millicent Roberts, also known as Barbie. That's right, she's the one. And thanks to Barbie, the doll world would be forever changed. Prior to the Barbie doll, Mattel released many toys that are very significant and you still know of today and are still being produced today. Would you like to hear about them? Okay, let's go. In 1950, Mattel released the Magic 8-Ball. I had one, I loved it, though I did find its predictions to be a little bit unreliable. It really couldn't answer all my questions and woes, and sometimes, because I was a very suspicious little girl, I would ask it a question and the answer would shake me to my core. It was not exactly what I wanted to hear. Thanks, 8-Ball. In 1957, they released a toy that most kids my age had, and that was the corn popper, or we would call it the popcorn maker. And that was that little toy that you would push and the balls would pop up into the dome and make the most delightful little noise. They still make them. They're not as cute as they used to be, though in my opinion, nothing is. Vintage is where it's at, and the new toys just don't have that same charm and sparkle. That same year, they gave us the snap lock beads, which I also had, the beads that lock together and you could make necklaces, basically. I think that's where my jewelry obsession started. And the xylophone. These are both still produced by Fisher-Price. Again, you can buy them in the market today. In 1959, the same year as Barbie, they came out with a safety school bus. This is another iconic toy from Mattel, and you can still buy it today, the Fisher-Price school bus with the Little People collection. It's amazing, and I don't know many kids that don't still love it. Imagination was key for all of the toys that Mattel produced, and I love that concept, and it's why I am so drawn to that toy company to this day. In 1960, Chatty Cathy would be the most popular doll that Mattel sold right after Barbie. Chatty Cathy was voiced by June Foray, and you may know her as Rocky from the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. She was also the voice of Cindy Lou Who and Jokey Smurf. She was also Granny from the Looney Tunes cartoons, and many more. Girl was legend. In 61, we would get the gift of the Chatterphone. I don't know anyone that's around my age that didn't own one of these, and again, still something you can find on the market today. As a matter of fact, I still have one. Would you like to see it? Here it is. Who didn't love this phone? Hello? Oh yeah, everyone loved this phone? I know, that's why we're still buying them. What an iconic fun toy. The Ken doll, my personal fave, wouldn't be introduced until 1961. What a gift to me personally. I loved Ken more than Barbie's. I don't know why. He's just such a dreamboat. Am I right? In 1962, the Barbie Dream House would be gifted to us, and this was the best mid-century modern house representation in any toy ever, in my personal opinion. What a beautifully made toy. In 65, Babs would become an astronaut. And soon later, in 68, Christy, the first Barbie of color, would be introduced. And she was gorgeous. Hot Wheels would also emerge in 1968. And boy, I gotta tell you, I don't think Mattel was really hurting for success, were they? Every hit just kept coming. Man, what an amazing toy company with amazing innovators. In 71, we would get both Malibu Barbie, Swoon, and the Uno card game. I love a good round of Uno. How about you? Which brings us to 1972, the year that Saucy was born. And at a starting price of only $14, she was pretty ahead of her time. You see, Saucy works like this. With this left arm right here, all you have to do is turn it, give it a little crank. Only do it in the right direction. And her facial expressions change. Look at all the fun faces that Saucy makes. What an amazing, amazing doll. And so very, very expressive. You just cannot get enough of this doll. I got my Saucy in the box. I'm going to sit her so you can see her better. I couldn't find my box right now because I have it packed away, but I do have a picture of one that I can show you right now. Saucy is just a dream. She really doesn't do anything but change faces. But I gotta tell you, the faces she makes will delight you to no end. This doll is my spirit doll. Is that a thing? Because we're making it a thing now. And the reason I have a personal collection to the Saucer is she's just that creepy cute that I adore. I absolutely love a doll that a lot of people are a little like, oh, I don't like that, she's too creepy. That just makes me love them more. I'm very fascinated by her expressions, and she has the cutest little outfit on. I just could not love her more. I actually got her for Mother's Day, again, in the box, new in the box actually, from my son when he was just a little boy, and I love her so very, very much. She is and will always be my favorite doll in my toy collection. Second only to my Baby Laugh-A-Lot doll. Now, if you don't know about Baby Laughs-A-Lot, boy, are you in for a treat. This doll, mine does not have a working voice box, to my dismay. If you guys have one and you want to send it my way, I'll take it. It's very hard to find her with a working laugh box, but she is terrifying. Very, very terrifying, and I love her. But again, she's only second in my heart. Saucy here comes first. Anyway, that is my look into Mattel and the Saucy doll. There's really not a whole lot about her to tell you, except that she's brilliant. And if you can get your hands on one, then I certainly recommend that you do. You won't be sorry. Do you have a favorite doll or some story about Mattel, or maybe a piece of history that you think you'd like me to know? I would love to hear about it. And I'm just so grateful that we get to spend this time together. You and me. We're a community, and if we share our love of toys with each other and those around us, our community grows. So please feel free to share this video as well as my channel with any of your toy friends, or just people that would enjoy watching a crazy redhead talk about toys, okay? I'm so grateful that you joined me today, and I hope that I'll see you next week when we will look at a whole other toy that I'm very excited to share with you. And yeah, that's about it for me today. You, my friend, may now disembark this ship and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Mwah.